What's up YouTube, CharminEXSoft here coming at you guys with a Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt video. Now this video here I'm going to show you your very first contract mission, which is called Devil by the Well. It's actually found in the very first town on your bounty board. So basically I'm going to kind of bring you on a brief little walkthrough throughout this mission so you guys can go ahead and see how contract missions work.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye, 'tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
'Cause earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
I feel for you, but this is my job, so let's talk about my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
One thing I find that's really cool about contract missions is the negotiation system. You can renegotiate your contract to try to earn more money when you complete the mission.
That settles it then.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now, no one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off, please.
Alright, so after your mission brief right there, then you can go ahead and actually mount up on your horse and ride on out and progress through this mission. Now, the only reason I'm kind of showing you this area is just because I just love the way the game looks. It looks amazing in these graphics. They did a lot of good work to this game and I'm highly impressed. But basically, it's not really far. You just kind of go up this path and you're going to come to an abandoned village. Now, once you get into the abandoned village, I encourage you guys to search everything. You know, listen to what Geralt's saying and basically just use that Witcher vision everywhere and anywhere that you can actually think of. Now, right here around the well, you'll see when you use that Witcher vision, you will find these red little areas. These red areas can be investigated and you will find out really cool clues like you just heard right there saying that the ground was scorched. So it's basically like building a puzzle and solving the little riddle of who or what is actually committing the crime. You know what I'm saying? The monster you're trying to track down. You have to find out all the information about him, and it's pretty cool because it's all detective-y like that and whatnot. So basically, go ahead and search everywhere. Search all the little houses in the area, and eventually you are going to find this red journal right here. So after you go ahead and get the journal, it is very, very wise to go ahead and actually read that journal. In the journal, you know, you're going to find out a little information about the people that were in the town, particularly two different individuals, and you're going to be hearing a lot about a particular bracelet. So keep that in mind, and that's basically your second clue. After you've gone ahead and figured out about the bracelet, or at least heard about the bracelet, it's kind of in your mind, then just go ahead and keep searching the area, using that little bit of detective vision, if you want to call it that, like Batman, but it's actually like your Witcher sense and whatnot, and just kind of keep searching the area, and then you will eventually find yourself another clue. So once you come around this here, you're going to find that body right there, and you will see that it's showing more signs of burns, which is basically telling you that this is a Noonwraith. Now, if you remember, the Witcher actually has a glossary, like a journal that he carries with him, because they've studied all these different kinds of monsters and creatures and whatnot, so he knows a lot of information about them. So it's very wise at this point to go ahead, open up your inventory and go to that glossary. Once you're in that glossary, just go ahead and you can kind of look through all the different little creatures and whatnot that you already know about, and you can go down into your Spectre section and you will find Noonwraith. Now, when you look at the Noonwraith, you will see that he has weaknesses against moon dust, spectre oil, and then you have this sign right here, which is Yarden. I can't really actually know how to pronounce these very well, excuse me, but you know, that sign, the trap, is the one that you want to use against them. That's a weakness. And if you read the bios, you'll see that the Noonwraith comes out around noon, the afternoon time. So you can find out little clues about your creatures. So make sure you use the glossary wisely, because it can help you out tremendously in this game. Now that you went ahead and learned everything about the Noonwraith using your glossary, and you figured out the weaknesses of the Noonwraith to better prepare yourself for the upcoming fight, now you have to go ahead and actually do some more investigation, because you haven't actually figured out a way to bring the Noonwraith out yet. So one of the things that you are going to see is Geralt keeps telling you that the Noonwraith is not going to stray far from the well, and if you use that Witcher sense, you will find that the rope is actually highlighted in red, and you can go ahead and investigate this rope and then figure out what's on the other end of the line.
Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
So at this point, you've actually verified that the body is female, and you are actually hoping to find her bracelet. You know, you're thinking that she is the person who was named in the journal, and you need that bracelet because you believe right now that she's the Noonwraith. So after you go ahead and jump into that well and you get yourself oriented, like I'm having an issue with as I swim against that wall, you will go ahead and dive down and you will find an object at the bottom of the water, which you just seen me pick up. Now after that, you go ahead and swim around right there if you want to, but just make sure you pay attention to your breath. When you get out of the water, then you're greeted with another cutscene.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship, but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noonwraith for good. Better do it near the well.
So now that you've identified the bracelet, now it's time to go back and kick the crap out of a Noonwraith. But in order to get out of the well, you need to go ahead and swim once more. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of time here to show you the little section right here underwater, because there's actually a couple of things that you need to go ahead and look for. You don't want to miss them, so just basically I'm going to show you where they're at. But you can use your Witcher sense underwater. So when you first get to this little open cavern section right here, you need to look over to your left using your Witcher sense, and you will see that there is an object right down here. Now when you search that object, you will find that it's your very first diagram that you can take to a blacksmith to actually go ahead and craft out different items. Then you can go ahead and swim the rest of the way out of the cavern, and maybe you might find Nemo along the way. Now once you kind of get through the cavern, you can go to the surface, and hopefully you don't drown like I'm almost doing right now, and you will see, if you use your Witcher sense, that there's something else in that pond. So if you almost drowned, you took a little bit of health, and go ahead and eat something, but you need to go ahead and dive back down and relocate that chest, because in that chest is actually a pretty cool item if you're still level 1. This is the level 2 cavalry trousers, and they are better than your level 1 trousers. Well, actually I do believe they're also level 1 trousers, but they are better, and that's what's most important. So once you kind of get out of the water, then you can go ahead and check out your inventory and go look at those trousers, and you will see that they are, I believe, a +2 to your defense. Now they are a little bit beaten up, but they still give you that +2 extra defense. So go ahead and put them on, and when you're done beating the crap out of the Noonwraith, then you can go back to your blacksmith and actually kind of, you know, repair them, and then they'll be all good. But for now, it's time to light a fire and enjoy the show.
And the bracelet. Igni. Hey, I think it worked.
Ready, fight on! Now right here, as you can see, you're using your silver sword because that's what witchers use against different monsters and whatnot. As long as they're not a human, you want to use silver. But the thing is, I'm not dealing any damage. That's because I don't have any specter oil or moon dust. So the only thing I have to rely on is the witcher sign that engages the trap. So once he gets close to you, go ahead and engage that trap witcher sign, and then go ahead and just start dealing some damage. Now here's the problem that you're seeing that I'm coming into. As soon as I enable that trap and I start laying down some damage, I keep pushing that Noonwraith outside of the trap. So kind of be cautious of that. Try not to push him out of the trap at all times, because as long as you can deal damage to him, he sure as heck could deal damage to you. I'm pretty sure he can deal damage to you even when he's not inside the trap. Either which way, make sure you have your food handy because you may need it. When you get that perfect moment, go ahead, activate that trap, finish off that Noonwraith, and it's all gravy after that, baby. But guys, I hope you guys are enjoying my clips. I hope this video really helps you guys out. I hope it brings a new light to Witcher, or maybe lets you guys see a little bit of lightness of it if you've never seen a Witcher game, or even just looked and seen what the graphic quality is. But anyway, I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please feel free to go ahead and share this video out with some of your friends, or go ahead and subscribe and like this video. It would greatly help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. And you can also feel free to comment, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for all my YouTube video updates. I'm CharminEXSoft saying, y'all come back now, you hear?